Good morning. It's morning again, and we still have a ton of snow out there. The sun didn't come and melt it. Uh-oh. So I got out my Christmas mug. I got this year over at the Dollar Tree, and I love the little red truck. It's so cute. It takes us back in time where it was a simpler time, things weren't so crazy, and I think we're all looking for that. Christmas has become so commercialized and so big. It's kind of gotten out of hand. So anyway, last year I bought this book, and I didn't have this for last Christmas, but I have it for this Christmas, and I only paid $1 for it. And it's called Simplify Your Christmas. And it's by Elaine St. James. I don't remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but she wrote a book on simplicity. I think it was back in maybe the 80s or 90s, I'm not sure. But she came out with several books of it, and I really enjoyed that book. In fact, I think I'm going to read it again because I think innately most of us don't want our life to be so complicated because we're constantly stressed. I mean, it's like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, gotta. And in a way, you kind of lose control of your life, and it's your life. So I think we all need to take it back and just kind of get away from all the craziness. So, anyway, that's my goal for this year. And I'm working on that and trying to come up with some good ideas that I would love to share with you guys. And I would love it if you guys would share some of your simplification processes down in the comments below, because as a community, we all learn from each other. And that's a great thing. Um, Great minds try to come up with new ideas, and it's like, oh, I didn't think about that. That would be a great thing for me or my family, and it would just be awesome if you guys would share some of your ideas. And so leave us a comment below, and then if you would be so kind as to give this video a like, it helps grow the channel. And we YouTubers, um, we really enjoy interacting with our people here on the channel. So it helps us out a lot, and it only takes a second to click the like button. Even if you don't want to subscribe, I understand there's so many channels out there, but if you would like to subscribe, that would be great, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos, because YouTube doesn't always push out what they want, what you want. They sort of push out what they think you want. So anyway, um, I'll get back to this in a little bit. I'm going to make myself some breakfast, have some coffee. I made a cheese yesterday, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll post it up here. And I didn't give instructions for it because I'm still perfecting it. The taste of it is really good. It's really yummy. Um, but it's firm, but it's not a real hard block cheese. So I need to work on that a little bit. But it's great for slicing on crackers and little ciabatta breads and things like that. It's really good. So maybe I'll post the recipe below. It's sort of a conglomeration of some things I saw on a couple YouTube channels, and then of course I put my own twist on it. So I've kind of made the recipe my own. I got some of the ideas from Chef Jana, and I'll link her channel below. And I forget who the other YouTuber was. Um, I'll have to look that up. But anyway, it turned out really good. And what I'd like to do for Christmas Eve this year, I'd like to make it a potluck where everybody brings a little something. The meat eaters can bring their sausages or whatever they want. I'm going to make this plant-based this year, and I don't want a sit-down meal. I just want us all to gather and have snacks and desserts. And that's what I would like to do. And I'm sure my family they love when I put a whole spread out of snacks and hors d'oeuvres and things like that. They love that. As a matter of fact, most of them are almost too full to have too much dinner because I do kind of put a lot of snacky things out. So that's what I'm going to do this year. So what I'd like to do is make like a charcuterie board. I have some real nice thick slices of wood that I bought a while back, last year or the year before. And so I want to make a centerpiece with a nice charcuterie board and then have different vegan and vegetarian options for snacks. So I'm going to come back in a little bit and we'll talk a little more about this.
Okay, I'm back in my kitchen. So I just wanted to show you the cheese that I made yesterday. It's pretty tasty. The texture isn't quite there yet, so I want to perfect that before I share the recipe with you. But anyway, here's the little baguette I made yesterday. So it just makes little tiny slices, perfect for breakfast. And the cheese, I took it out of the mold and I wrapped it in a paper towel and some parchment paper. I want to see if I can dry it out a little bit. It's almost got the consistency of Velveeta cheese. It's not quite the texture I was looking for, but it's very good. So this is what it looks like. And there's the caraway seeds. So I wanted to try and melt this and see how it does, but you can slice it with a cheese slicer. So that's nice. So I'm going to stick this in the microwave. Ideally, I would stick it in the toaster oven, but just for the sake of seeing if it melts, I'm going to stick it in the microwave for a second. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so it does definitely melt, which is nice if you wanted to put this on a pizza. It probably would be good. So, whew, that's hot. I have to let that cool a minute. But, so it does melt, and it's great for putting on cold, for putting on bread or crackers. You could put it on a little snack cracker or bread. So I like the caraway seeds in it. It's tasty. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of my chives on here. Move this around. Yeah, so I want to work a little bit more on the texture. But I will definitely eat this because it's very tasty. So let me give it a bite. It's very good. I like it with the chives on it too. All right, I'm going to make my breakfast and I'll meet you back at the table.
Okay, so I just had my last avocado toast. No, I think I have one more avocado, come to think of it, but the tomatoes are gone. So I had that for breakfast and of course my yummy coffee. Um, so what do you do if you just aren't in the Christmas spirit because you have no money? And I found myself drifting into that abyss. So it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I love Christmas. I still want to celebrate with my family, but it's got to be simplified. The money just isn't there, and my family will understand, and they do. So, a couple of things I came up with to maybe help you get in the spirit. Um, there are tons of YouTube channels that play Christmas music. You can click on one of those. Some of them are like 10 hours of Christmas music, and you can put that on in the background and just um, kind of get in the mood that way. Turn off the news. News is bad. Turn it off. It just does absolutely nothing for your psyche to make you feel good. So get rid of it. Um, put on Christmas movies. They're always fun. They're wholesome. Or some of them, like, Bad Santa and stuff like that, they're not real wholesome, but they're funny. So watch some Christmas music or movies. Um, have your grandkids, if you have any grandkids, have them pick one day and have them come over, have hot cocoa, get them maybe a simple meal, McDonald's or something, a pizza. Kids always like pizza. And have them come over and help you decorate your house. Simplify your decorations. I used to go crazy with Christmas decorations. I decorated every room. I used to change my Christmas dishes, my regular dishes to Christmas dishes for all of December. And I actually used to like to do that. I don't like to do that anymore. It's too much work. I mean, I decorated my kitchen, my dining room, my living room, my bathroom. You name it, I decorated it. And I still have an attic full of Christmas stuff, which I have to go through and purge. Because, first of all, it's very difficult for me to go up and down the attic steps. They're pull down steps. And to pull those boxes out, it's very organized up there. But to pull those boxes out, I'm really afraid that if I slip and miss a step, I'm going to fall and break something. So I don't want to do that anymore. So now I have a small Christmas tree that I actually keep decorated, and I just bring it up from the basement, and that's that. My mom, years ago, she took a ceramics class and she made a nativity scene out of ceramics. It's really beautiful. And she gave it to my grandmother. And when my grandmother passed away in Germany, my mom brought it back and gave it to me. So I love to put that up on my mantle. I love twinkle lights, or not twinkling, but the little lights. So I put some of those up above my cabinets and things, and my Christmas tree, and I put a lighted wreath on my front door, and I have a couple of small arborvitae that I always have white lights on. So I turn those on, and that's it. That's it on the Christmas decorations. And it's festive, and I like it. It's simple. It's easy to put away. And so that's what I've done to cut back. The rest of the Christmas decorations in my attic, I'm going to look through. I had a whole collection of teddy bears, Christmas teddy bears that I used to put out when my grandkids were little. But they don't really care about that stuff anymore. They're getting older, and it's not, you know, it's basically for me, because I've always liked teddy bears. But even my teddy bears, I gave them away to my grandkids, and for them to enjoy. But some of the things I am going to keep, because I know me and I will get bored eventually with having the same old every year. So I want to keep enough to change it up if I want to. So, but that's a project for later on after the holidays. I'm going to get up there and look through that stuff. I wanted to do it in the fall so that I could, gift somebody else with all these decorations, but I never got around to it. The garden kept me too busy. So anyway, another thing you can do if you're not in the mood, um, do your nails red. Mine needed done again, but put red nail polish on. You know, wear red. When I worked, I wore a different red shirt every time I went to work. And just to get in the mood, get a red Christmas scarf. Dollar Tree has a ton of, Christmas scarves that you can put on just to make yourselves feel festive. Put on some red lipstick. Anything red and bright is fun. Get yourself a bouquet of beautiful Christmas flowers and put them on your table just for you. So those are some of the things that might get you into the Christmas mood. I'm sure there's a ton others. Um, Maybe start a tradition of writing your loved ones a Christmas letter every year. You can put the letter in a beautiful Christmas card. Dollar Tree has Christmas cards. They're usually 2 for $1. Or I still have a ton of Christmas cards in the basement because I used to send them out. I don't send them out anymore. Postage is too expensive, and I know people enjoy getting them, but it's just kind of a waste of money. They just go in the garbage. If I do get Christmas cards and they have a really beautiful picture on the front, sometimes I will save those. You can put those in a frame and you can set those up as Christmas decorations, easy peasy. In fact, you can keep the frames and change them out for whatever holiday that you want to celebrate. And if you don't want to do it in a real small frame, you can get a larger frame and put a matting in there and then just change the picture out so it's a little more substantial. Take a lot of pictures. My daughter does something almost every year. She gets me a calendar, and I forget where she gets them. It's online, and she puts all these pictures of the family on a calendar for me, and that is one of my favorite Christmas gifts. I just love that because then I can look at their smiling faces all year long and change it up every month. In fact, I keep the calendars from year to year, and the years that she doesn't get around to making me a new one, I put out the one from the year before or the year before that, just to look at the pictures. So, and I don't think that'll break the bank. I'm not sure how much they are. I'm thinking maybe $25, but I don't know exactly. But you can look around online and see what you can come up with. Or what you can do too, if you have a printer, you can get some cardstock and pick pictures from your phone or whatever, and arrange them on the cardstock and then print that up and make your own calendar. So anyway, those are just a few ideas of simple gifts that don't cost so much. Have your children or your grandchildren come over and one day just dedicate the whole day to baking Christmas cookies. There's recipes for Christmas cookie dough where you can make numerous cookies out of one dough. So, utilize your cookbooks. They have magazines that you can buy, or go to the library and pick up a cookbook or two and find some great recipes, and then make it a family tradition. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll try and think of some more things to make it a Merry Christmas. In the meantime, I want to say I love you guys. I wish you abundant blessings, and I'll see you tomorrow.